Mount Anthony Union High School District Remote Public Information Hearing. Notice and agenda for Monday, March 1, 2021. The legal voters of the Mount Anthony Union High School District in the Southwest Vermont Union Elementary School District and the North Bennington Graded School District Incorporated are hereby warned and notice that the Mount Anthony Union High School District Board of Directors will be holding a public informational hearing by electronic means on Monday, March 1st, 2021 at 6:15 o'clock in the evening to discuss the Australian ballot articles on the 2021 district meeting warning. Now, I understand there will not be any vote taken. It will just be informational and discussion. Call to order. Additions or deletions to the agenda? Any discussion? If not, we'll go on. To hear the reports of the school district board of directors. Any comments or questions pertaining to the board of directors? And perhaps, I don't know if anybody wants to give a report.
Do that. Let me send it to you again. I'll send you a new link. Hold on. Yeah, and probably
you can keep going, Joe.
Jim, we can hear
I'm
you.
pasting it in right now.
So Jim, I didn't know if.
No, just keep going. He's bringing people into the meeting, so.
Oh, okay. I'm a little confused. Review and discuss Article 5. Shall the voters of the Mount Anthony Union High School District, number 14, authorize the school board of directors to borrow money in anticipation of tax revenues to meet the current operating expenses of the district during the 2021-2022 school year? Any discussion, comments, questions? If not, to review and discuss Article 7, shall the voters of the school district approve the school board to expend $25,952,726, which is the amount the school board has determined to be necessary for the ensuing fiscal year. It is estimated that this proposed budget, if approved, along with the approval of the West Vermont Regional Technical School District budget, will result in education spending of $15,266 per equalized pupil. This project spending per equalized pupil is 0.88% lower than the spending for the current year. Any comments, discussion, questions?
None.
Good. Now that, at first I saw the 25 million, wow, but then I see it's the two districts, the technical school plus Mount Anthony. Discussion of other non-binding business, if applicable. Any other business? If not,
Move that we adjourn.
I'll second it.
what was the motion?
To adjourn the meeting. Leon
Leon,
made the motion.
Okay.
And Tim Holbrook seconded it.
Okay, well, in my advanced years, I don't hear like I used to.
I think you're coming through loud and clear, Joe. You're doing a great job.
Oh, thank you. So there's a motion and a second to adjourn. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I guess we have it.
Thank
Now,
you, Joe.
I'll stay on
Nice job, Joe.
for the
Thank you,
technical.
Joe.
Yeah,
Like we have 9 minutes till the
that
next
was
meeting.
easy. That isn't even worth $10.
Well, we got time to do it again.
Leon, are you going to a game, Leon? I see
just
you're in
got-
your uniform.
Just got back.
How did, okay.
It was good. I turned down. I was supposed to be in Woodstock tonight. So, and
It's cold and windy out there. You're just as glad to be home.
yeah, I know.
Joe, you don't need us anymore, do you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Unless you
I
want
think-
to stay for the technical.
No, I think we'll at least.
Oh, okay, all right.
Thank you, Joe.
Yep.
Thank you, MAU board members.
Regional Technical School District number V009, warning of annual meeting, March 1st and March 2nd, 2021. The legal voters of the Southwest Vermont Regional Technical School District Service Region consisting of Arlington, Bennington, Dorset, Glastonbury, Manchester, North Bennington, Pownell, Reedsboro, Sandgate, Searsburg, Shaftesbury, Stamford, Sunderland, and Woodford are hereby warned to participate in the meeting by video conferencing by joining Zoom meeting link. I won't read the link, but it's 6:30 in the evening on Monday, March 1st, 2021, to transact the following business from the floor. Article 1, to establish the annual salaries of the district directors at $1,000 each. Now, again, we're not voting in this meeting. The voting is tomorrow. But is there any discussion on the $1,000 each? If not, we'll move on. Article 2, to establish the annual salary of the district treasurer at $14,200. Any discussion, questions, comments? I don't hear any. Article 3, to establish the annual salary of the district clerk at $1,200. Any questions or comments, or if not, we'll move on. Article 4, to establish the annual salary of the assistant district clerk at $600. Any comments, questions? Guess not, we'll move on. Article 5, to establish the annual salary of the district moderator at $10. And the way at the rate we're going, it isn't worth $10. Article 6, to authorize the school district board to borrow money in anticipation of revenues to meet current operating expenses of the district. Any comments, questions? If not, we'll move on. Article 7, to hold a public informational hearing on articles to be voted upon by Australian ballot on March 2nd, 2021. Anybody have comments or questions? Anything they want to speak to on Article 7? Okay, Article 8, to transact any other business found proper when met. Is there any other business? I guess not. The legal voters of Southwest Vermont Regional Technical School District number V009 are hereby warned further to meet on Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021, when the polls will be open to transact business by Australian ballot as follows. Article A, to elect 4 school directors. Is there any comment on the Article A, B, and C? I guess not. Voting on Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021 shall be at large by Australian ballot. The polls will be open as indicated below for each respective town as follows. Any questions on the where to vote? If not, I don't see the option to adjourn here.
Well, I'll move the adjourn then.
Okay,
I'll second it.
somebody second that?
Fran,
Yeah, I'll second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, I think the ayes have it. Thank you, folks. That certainly was not worth $10.
Thank you, Joe. We appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah,
Thank you to the board members for coming here tonight.
yeah, it's, no, this is different. It was fun. I didn't dress up for it, so I hope I'm forgiven.
I will, as previous, I'll keep this link open. We'll continue until the next meeting, which will be at 6:45.
Okay. Something to eat.
All right. Well, thank you, Joe. Good to see you again.
Yes, same here. Thank you.
See you, Joe.
Bye.
Aye.
I'm also the chair of the SVU ESD. Unless I note otherwise, I am acting as the moderator and not as the chair. So I call this meeting to order. Here we are on Monday, March 1st, 2021 at 6:45. And we'll be going through the agenda, the publicly posted agenda for tonight's town meeting. The first order of business after the call to order is the request for additions or deletions to the agenda. So for that end, I would open the floor up to any members of the public who wish to comment on that. And Jim, are you able to monitor this to make sure none of our, you're on mute right now, Jim.
I see no raised hands or questions.
Okay. So due to the unusual format, I will just ask the question again, if there are any additions or deletions proposed to the agenda. Okay, hearing none, moving on to our next agenda item is to hear the reports of the school district board of directors. So here's where I'm switching over to my role as the chair, the board chair. Just a few very brief comments. Just want to, right up front, recognize and offer the board's appreciation for the teachers, the paras, the staff, and the administrators who continue to work together this school year throughout the face of COVID. There's just been this spirit of mutual cooperation shared by each of those really vital groups within our schools. And that spirit of cooperation has just been matched by their ongoing diligence and poise and resilience during this time. So the board absolutely wants to offer its thanks and appreciation to all of those folks. And also just to give our thanks and appreciation to our students and their families, because they continue to match the demands of this very strange and hopefully never to be seen again time. There is often a request for just a brief description of our special ed numbers. So just very briefly want to note that of the K through 5 plus the 6th graders from the town of Shaftesbury and town of Pownell, there are, at the time of these numbers being pulled, and this is always sort of a moving target, there are 284 students on IEPs and a total of 3 students from that group who attend private or residential schools. I want to touch on the budget highlights. The bottom line is that there is a decrease in per pupil spending. It's down by a little more than 0.5 percentage point. And while at the same time, we're still able to provide the key educational supports that are there, but also We'll be seeing an increase by nearly half a full-time equivalence for art for the schools in the district. We'll be bringing on, we have funded a position for a behavioral specialist at Molly Stark. We've funded a position for a social worker and clinician to split their time between Bennington Elementary School and Molly Stark. And we have funded a position for a social worker clinician at Pownell School. There's this recognition that more and more and more our schools, their staff, our teachers, the administration are being asked to provide more than just an education, and more than probably what any adult listening to this meeting experience in during their childhood as an elementary school student. So, in recognition of the increase of the needs of our community and our students, we've put those positions in this budget, and still we're seeing a decrease in per pupil spending. And lastly, this is nothing to do with the budget, but I was always curious why we vote by something called an Australian ballot. And according to the Encyclopedia Britannica, an Australian ballot is just another word for a secret ballot, but it's so named because in 1856, the states of Victoria and South Australia and the Commonwealth of Australia were the first to hold secret ballots with standardized ballots issued by the government. So that's why we call them Australian ballots. So that does it for the Board of Directors report. And now Chris Murphy resumes his role as moderator of the SVU ESD and would open the floor to any comments on that Board of Directors report. And seeing none, is that right, Superintendent Culkeen?
I do not see any.
Okay, very good. So moving on to the next agenda item. Article 5. Shall the voters of the Southwest Vermont Union Elementary School District authorize the school board of directors to borrow money in anticipation of tax revenues to meet the current operating expenses of the district during the 2021-2022 school year? The floor is open for public comments. Anyone there, Superintendent Culkeen?
No hands raised.
Very good. Moving on to Article 6. Shall the voters of the Southwest Vermont Union Elementary School District authorize the school board of directors to transfer and expend funds as necessary from the established and audited capital reserve fund for capital expenses of the Union District? The floor is open for comments.
No hands raised.
Moving on. Article 9. Shall the voters of the school district approve the school board to expend $24,383,351, which is the amount the school board has determined to be necessary for the ensuing fiscal year? It is estimated that this proposed budget, if approved, will result in educational spending of $16,346 per equalized pupil. This projected spending per equalized pupil is 0.63% lower than spending for the current year. And the floor is open for public comments.
Not seeing any hands.
Thank you, Superintendent Culkeen. Moving on. Article 10. Shall the voters of the Southwest Vermont Union Elementary School District establish a reserve fund to be funded at the end of each fiscal year from the district's accumulated fund balance, if any, whose purpose shall be to pay future district operating expenses or to fund, in whole or in part, future capital improvements, or both, as determined by the Board of School Directors. Open for public comments. Superintendent Culkeen, any hands raised?
No hands raised.
Thank you very much. So moving on, is there a discussion of other non-binding business? And I would open the floor to any recommendations or suggestions from the town members.
I'm not seeing any hands.
In that case, we move on to our final agenda item of the evening, which is to entertain a motion to adjourn the hearing.
I'll make a motion.
Is there such a motion?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
I made the
Cindy, is there a
motion.
second to that motion?
Second.
Thank you, Cindy. Is there a second? Thank you, Scott.
I'll second
So
it.
there's a first and a second. Any discussion on our motion to adjourn this floor meeting? Hearing none, all those in favor of adjourning the meeting, please signify by raising your hand either to the camera or raising the little hand wavy icon in Zoom. Any opposed?
Oops, sorry. That's not for the opposed.
Okay.
Thanks, Scott.
Any abstentions? Hearing none, I believe the ayes have it. And with that, this floor meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone, for participating.
Thank you, everyone.
If you
Thank
haven't
you.
already voted, vote tomorrow.
Yes, be safe.
Bye, everyone.
Good night, everyone.